everything that didn't have to do with you? What if he came in and when he heard your name, he made no response, but then when Alabama made a touchdown, he jumped up and cheered? What if he held everybody else in the midnight hour, but then wouldn't talk to you no time of day, but then showed up in front of everybody saying he loved you, but never spent time with you? What would you do if the Lord treated you like you treat him? Nudge somebody, say, I thank God. Nudge somebody, say, I thank God. But God is not a man. Because if God were a man, I'd never make it to heaven, but God is still good, even when we slip on our end of the bargain. Then will I stop there and shout right there, because there have been so many times in my life where I've not been what I should have been, but it did not alter who God was. There have been times I said things I should not have said, but it did not change who God was. There were times I went in places I should not have gone, but it didn't change who God was. There were times I didn't pay my tithe, but God was still God. There was times I didn't do the right thing, but God was still God. Congregational command. And then secondly, we talk about his covenant character. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord. Why? For for he is good.
Help us now.
It says good.
Good.
The reason it says good is because what you must understand in the original Hebrew, when we translate, they have to find words that will fit into our vernacular or our vocabulary. And so the word says good, so we understand the gist of what's talking about. But the word really is, for he is loyal. He's loyal, and he never deserts us. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? In other words, here it is. The psalmist gives us a reason to completely go into a combination of command because of his covenant character. In other words, we don't give him thanks because he did something for us. We give him thanks, here it is, because he never leaves our side. A few friends in my life, Brother Thompson, that have done one or two or three or four things for me, and I tell them thank you, but I ain't never had a friend that was by my side 24/7, never left me, never deserted me, never walked away from me. He's a good God. Bad thing when you get happy and you preach, you can't hardly preach because you're happy. Do you hear me? He is a good God. When everybody else walks away from you, he's still there.
Help us, Pearl.
Combination of command, covenant character. But then, my brothers and sisters, I'm getting ready to leave you here. He's consistently compassionate.
That's it. Show it.
Y'all, listen, I done got the lyrics of it. He is consistently compassionate. His mercy endureth forever. Endureth has been properly supplied by the translators, but Bates, here it is. It somewhat restricts the sense of that his mercy endures forever, because here it is. We know it endures forever. But Davidson, watch now. When did it start?
Oh, man.
Y'all, how about y'all leave and let us preach this start?
Go ahead, man. Come on, help us now. Help us.
It doesn't just endure forever. It's always been endured. It never started, so it can't ever stop. What a question. His mercy endures forever. Let me help you. You what mercy is to shout.
Help us, man. Come on.
You don't know what mercy is, you're going to sit there.
Help us, man.
But when I give you what mercy is, then you ought to have a little bow to your heart. You don't understand what I'm saying. Here it is. In other words, he rewards us. But he rewards us for what we do not do. And then what he should reward us with for what we do, he doesn't give it to us. Y'all ain't heard me yet. In other words, I don't deserve to be healthy. That's grace. I deserve to be sleeping in my grave, but he doesn't allow it to happen. And so that's mercy. While you sitting here looking like you just made it all the way from earth to heaven and you ain't never made a mistake, I wish you'd nudge your neighbor and say, neighbor, the only reason you're alive is because of God's mercy.
That's right.
It never started,
Yes.
so it never stopped. You can't stop something that you couldn't stop. You can't find an end to something you couldn't find a beginning to. His love and his mercy never started, so it never stops. If you can find the beginning, you give it to me. But I want you to know that there was no beginning, because if there was a beginning, then you would find the beginning of creation. You can't find the beginning of creation because it says in the beginning, y'all with me? It says in the beginning that there was absolutely nothing. If there was nothing, you can't trace back to find nothing but the God I serve. He steps out into nothing on the platform of nothing and creates something. And when he creates something that moves us and that feels us and that develops us and that grows us. But if you can't go back to find creation, you can't find mercy. How many of you? I told you about congregational command, his covenant character. He's consistently compassionate, but now I gotta leave you. I gotta tell you about peculiar prerequisites.
All right. Help us now.
He says, let
All right. Come on now.
the redeemed
Yes.
of the Lord
All right.
say so. The suggestion of the text is that if he is constantly loyal to you, and if his mercy endures forever,
All right.
then we have been redeemed.
All right.
All right, you don't believe what I'm saying? Here it is. I'm going to give you theology, and hopefully you don't get messed up, but here it is. Everybody does receive God's mercy.
That's right.
First of all, let me tell you, everybody is not a child of God.
That's right. That's right.
Although all things work together for the good of them who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. Here it is. And those whom he foreknew, he pre to be called the sons of. In other words, either you got it, y'all ain't happy, or you don't. Either you're going or you're not. He said, if he's been loyal, if he has had mercy on you, which I'm out of here, he said, then let the redeemed of the Lord say so. In other words, he said, I have literally come and gotten you out of the power that had you bound and restricted before you got saved. In other words, redeemed, Brother Abernathy suggests that we were bought or we were purchased. Yeah, do you hear what I'm saying? Anything that's redeemed is not purchased and then walked off from. But if you redeem something, I'll tell you, I want to help you. I went to Publix the other day, and those of you that know Publix versus Kroger, you understand that Kroger is anointed by God and Publix is of the devil, because Publix is so high and Kroger has some great sales. And not only that, but Kroger got stuff like pig feet and chitlins. Publix is a ritzy kind of store. All they have is celery stalks, and then they charge you all kind of money for that. So when I go to Publix, I get coupons